Whether you want it, whether you hate it, nothing will ever be quite the same again. Like, I just watched Saw 10. This is going to be the episode on Saw 10. Spoilers, I'm going to recap it all. I'm going to talk about exactly what I liked about it and why I think it betrays its message. So, again, I'm going to throw it out to you right now. And there's going to be spoilers. I'm going to spoil Saw 10 because the reason why I don't like Saw 10, which I probably would have, is because of the ending. Okay, so basically, the plot of Saw 10 is between Saw 10 also makes no sense. It's not the 10th Saw. If anything, there's other movies named Saw. There's been 8 movies named Saw, right? Saw, Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, Saw 5, Saw, it must be Saw 6 or something, and then Saw 3D, and then there's Saw 10. There's been a Jigsaw, and there's been a Spiral for a Book of Saw, but Spiral isn't a Saw film. No. Spiral isn't a Saw film. It's Spiral from the Book of Saw. Jigsaw, Tobin Bell, doesn't show up at all in Spiral. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff here. Quit screen red, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so if anything, it's be Saw 8 or Saw 9. But that's not that. My problem isn't with Saw 10, it's because it's not actually technically a 10 Saw film. In fact, I do like a fact they have a club called Sawks. I think Sawks is a better name than Saw 10. Just Sawks. Like a Boston when in baseball. But I think, okay, so basically the plot of Sawks, Saw 10, Saw from the Book of Saw. Saw, the fuck is going on? Right, the teams out. Bugger off. So Saw, it's more like Saw point five, Saw 1.5. It's been Saw and Saw 2. For being honest with you, it's call it what it is. Saw 1.5 between Saw and Saw 2, or Saw point 0.5, I guess it was. No, Saw point 0.5 means Saw and Saw between before Saw. Anyway, basically the plot of Saw 10, Saw X is John Kramer has cancer and he of dreams of trapping people. Like, you'll see a clip on YouTube with the eye of a dude with like vacuums to his eyes, and with the finger thing. That's a dream sequence. That's because the guy was going to steal from a dude in a coma, but then didn't because he saw John Kramer. So John Kramer was like, "Good choice, boy." He didn't say "good choice, boy." It's like, "Good choice." And left. So basically, the plot of Saw, this new Saw film, is that John Kramer suffering from cancer, and then he goes to his cancer survival group. Cancer, not like Alcoholics Anonymous, but for cancer people. So Cancer Anonymous, like a cancer support group, you know. And then he's coughing. He wants, he's just living his life, and then he bumps into Michael Beach, um, who I'm surprised he hasn't appeared in Rookie since his son died. Spoilers for Rookie if you haven't seen Rookie yet. Um, but that's like 5 years ago now, dude. Um, so basically, he bumps into a fellow cancer patient. Cancer's always like, "Hey, I survived cancer. I took this pill. I took this surgery. I went to like this medicineproject.com .net, sorry, .net, it's .net, not .com. Just check it out. So John Kramer watches the video, and then he basically phones it, puts on a message on via message book, phones him, and then he gets a phone back, says, "Come to Mexico." So he goes to Mexico, he gets the surgery, gets the cancer, gets the pills, and he goes to buy a bottle of wine for one of the people there as thanks, but then finds out it's all a con. So now he wants revenge of a con artist. It's like it's basically like a The strange thing is, between this and Spiral, the previous two like Jigsaw films, has been kind of like more actiony. Like this is more like an action revenge film. This is kind of like if like Death Wish, if Charles Bronson was suffering from cancer and was really into traps, really into Taskmaster. Um, so basically, then he and his apprentices they get together and they kidnap the people involved with the con, and they go through traps so they can survive. And the main problem we got with the film is that the film betrays its own message. Because again, this is spoilers. John Kramer is terrible at getting revenge. I know the point of John Kramer, and even though John Kramer betrays himself in the reason why I don't get John Kramer's like sense of vengeance is to the wrong people. Like the one person he puts through, like one person he flat out murders is Michael Beach, who isn't the main guy in charge. He's just one of the minor people. Like the thing that betrays this entire film is that the person who survives the film is the murdering con artist. She's the only one. Everyone else dies, even the one exception of the taxi driver. Taxi driver survives. Um, but everyone else dies. Like, and if you're gonna write down a movie where John Kramer gets vengeance on people who wronged him, maybe have the one person who wronged him the most get punished the most, not just here's all the traps, and your trap is you've got to breathe out of a glory hole. Like, okay, thanks, thank you for that. I gotta breathe out a hole. Thank you. Like, there's no rhyme or reason as to why the pet it it betrays storytelling logic. I'm not entirely sure the point of it is supposed to be that it betrays storytelling logic. I know that entire point of John Claimer is that you have a chance to either live or die, but don't have the main bad guy of the film survive with nary any repercussions. Like the only thing that she got done to her was the fact that the money she was going to pay to all the people who's dead got taken from her, which isn't really a bad deal because she can just keep on doing this because she hasn't learned from her lessons. She's learned nothing from the experience. You've just basically just killed her accomplices and just allowed her just to. I'm not so sure if like the ending of it is supposed to be like she's gonna get because they don't mention if she got like arrested for it. She was like, "Hey, I didn't," because they didn't bring it back to how this was supposed to be eye opening for the main bad guy, and especially the post credit scene where he's just killing someone. Why couldn't he have just killed the main person in charge? If John Kramer can murder people, why not just murder the person who's conning people after earning money and watching people suffer from cancer die and profiting of it? Why the hell is he going after the one person who was like, hey, take a look at my sexy war room? Oh, wait, it doesn't exist. I understand because he kicks him onto it, but like, I don't understand exactly. I don't get. I don't understand what's the point of this film? Why does this? Because like to bring it back to the previous one and Spy of a Book of Saw, Max Minghella, the new Jigsaw half film, he managed to get revenge on everyone who wronged him. You know, a group of people wronged him, so he gained vengeance on the people who wronged him. Here it was just like I understand the difference is John Craner believes in right or wrong, which is initially betrayed by the fact that he murders Michael Beach during the post-credit scene. So even then, John Kramer's entire ethos just doesn't really add up. Like, where's this survival of Michael Beach? You just turned up to his face and just back massaged him to death. Like, where's his? What's his end game? How can he survive? I mean, I can forget my cat's right there, just walking the Bowser's sleeping in bed. Um, but like, I mean, I guess think as a Saw film, I like it because the traps make sense depending on how long he took to. It wasn't like a super extraneous task. It was just tasks like cut off your leg, cut off your like stab your arms, like stab your head. You know what I mean? Use a helmet to bash your legs in. Like go misery yourself, mate. Go misery yourself. You know, it's things that someone like him and his accomplice could actually do. It wasn't like something like really like strenuous and over top. But I, it all boils down to the fact that this person kills someone, like murders, kill. She literally kills someone in a movie. She kills one of the survivors in a movie, and she basically steals money from cancer patients. And she kills two people, technically. She kills one person self defense and one person for fun of it. She also desecrates the dead. And I don't know why. Like the basic, I can. The plot of a movie is, I do like the fact that the movie is like a 1980s like action revenge film, but like is it like 10 to midnight, or like the like Cobra, but like the action hero revenge action hero is a psychopathic serial killer. But again, I did like the film because I do like John Kramer's entire ethos of, except for the post credit scene. The post credit scene makes zero sense for the rest of the film. Because the rest of the film, Johnny Kramer's like, oh no, that person can't get hurt because that person's not part of the game. Like, you wouldn't murder someone because that's what separates like John Kramer's like Jigsaw from thing like Costas Mandela, or I think there's Jigsaw, like the other Jigsaws. Because the entire point of John Kramer Jigsaw is that you've got to have a chance to survive the game. You can always survive the game if you try hard enough. Whereas I think there's like bits in like Saw, like I think like for Amanda, and then for Costas Mandelior's one, I haven't seen like Saw 6, 5, or 3D. I've watched them up until I watched Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, no, Spiral, and this one. But like, I mean, I didn't watch Saw 5 because Saw 5 ended. I know Saw 5 ends with Luke from Gilmore Girls dying. I'm not gonna watch Luke from Gilmore Girls die, bro. That's not my movie, bro. Have him live. Bring him back. Bring back Luke from Gilmore Girls. Um, have him die somehow. Have it between him living and him dying. Have a separate one. Um, but yeah, I think I keep this entire like 15-minute video has been me slating Saw 10. Again, the good bits is the it's a very nice slow burn. Again, like the only real trap it between the first like hour or so of the film is a dream trap, not like a real trap, because we need to get introduced to John Graham. It's a slow burn film, so it takes a while to get to the traps because we need to know who these other people are who are going to get trapped are, and we know why they've betrayed him, betrayed John Kramer and stuff. I like the fact that like I thought for some reason I thought more people were going to survive than they did, because again only two people survive. I take it the groundskeeper has nothing to do with the main kid's son. No, not the main kid's dad. But yeah, if you are a fan of Saw film, forget what I've. Yeah, it's going to sound really concurrent to what I've said, but someone realizes like in literally 10 seconds. If you're a fan of Saw film, you like the film. But again, the main concern of the film, as I keep on saying, keep on pointing, is that the ending of the film betrays the film message. Okay, like the ending of a film betrays the rest of the film. Okay, that's gonna be all. See you.